Okay, continuing on with our major ranking extravaganza here. This one's going to be kind of long, but I'm going to break it up a little bit because I'll just pause at various points to put stuff away because we'll be covering from 100th place to 11th place, and it's not safe to have all those cases stacked up alongside me over here. So we're going to do it in smaller sections. I'll just pause once the stack is depleted and go put the cases downstairs and then move the next batch over. So in 100th place is, which has become 95th place for some reason, because I took a few off that I already talked about. So technically in 100th place is American Pie 1 right here. We'll be referencing that again later on in the video. In 99th place is Amish Latter-day Saints, blending two worlds into one. We'll put that over here. In what happened here? Okay, so a couple of these movies I did not find the case for, as is the case with Bride Wars. I don't know where the case for that one went. I don't know if I've already talked about it and because I didn't take it downstairs to put it away, so I don't know where the case for that one is. It's a mystery. But Bride Wars is in 98th place. In 97th place is one called Mortuary, which I do have the case for here somewhere. So, Mortuary right here. In, let's see, 100, 98, 99, 98, 97. In 96th place is Bridget Jones' Edge of Reason. In 95th place is Memory. And I think we've talked about all these titles almost, but not quite yet. So that was 95th place. In 94th place is The Best Man down at the bottom here. In 93rd place is the only one from this collection that I've seen, and that is Blue Crush. And okay, so I can take off more of these titles. In 92nd place is Bloody Mary right here. One that's getting moved up to 11th place, which will be the last title we talk about in this video, is it's called Bloodshot. I'll talk more about it when we get to 11th place. I'm just going to go off of what the page currently says. In 85th place, we have Bloodline, which have a very graphic birthing scene where you watch as the baby comes out. A little disturbing. Well, actually, that's very disturbing, I think, but some might not find it as disturbing as others do. So there you go. In 84th place, we have Bewitched. In 83rd place, Beer Fest here, because of the subject matter being beer. I'm not all that interested in rewatching that movie anytime soon. In 82nd place, we have Baywatch, the movie. In 81st place, we have Bad Teacher with Cameron Diaz, when I was watching a lot of her movies. Oops. Okay, so we're going to take a break here, and I'm going to take some of these cases downstairs. So I'll be pausing it. As far as you guys are concerned, I won't be gone at all, but it'll probably be about 5 minutes before I come back. So I'm just going to have this on pause and not just record nothing for 5 minutes. That would be very boring to watch. Okay, let's continue where we were. Before we get to the next title on my list here, we'll just jump back ahead to the 90s. We'll say in 91st place is going to be the entirety of the Bates Motel series, all 5 seasons here. So, yeah, kind of had to switch that all into one. And then back to the list. In 80th place, we have Analyze This. Sorry if jumping from the 90s down to the 80s was confusing. It confused me as well because I had to take titles that I already talked about off of here and didn't realize that would happen. And then in 79th place, since I cut things out so that I had already talked about, we have Anger Management. And this movie is so funny. Holy crap. Very, very funny. Such a good movie. Definitely check this one out if you have a chance. And then in 78th place is American Pie 3 American Wedding there. And I think that's almost the end of those. And in 77th place is American Psycho 1. There's a second one, but we aren't there yet. I think finishing off the American Pie movies, we have American Pie Presents Bandcamp. Have we talked about Reunion yet? I don't think so. So I'm going to keep this over here for a minute until I know for sure if we talked about American Reunion. But in 75th place is the unrated cut of Alien vs. Predator 1. It fixes what a lot of people say is the problem with that movie by making it unrated. They can go more into the gore and whatnot that you want in a Alien movie and a Predator movie. So yeah, there you go. There is that. And let's get rid of those titles and scroll up quite a bit, my goodness. There we go. In 74th place is Adrift. This was a really cute story. I liked it. It's based on the incredible true story where both of the characters involved in being lost adrift survived, albeit they had some pretty bad injuries. In 73rd place is a mermaid movie called Aquamarine, and I think the girl who plays the mermaid here is really pretty. So with these other two, honestly. And in 72nd place, we have The Bad Guys. Fun DreamWorks animated movie. Really enjoyed that one. In 71st place, we have Bad Grandpa, which I would like to see a sequel to if there is one. If not, that's fine. Then the last one of these 3 movies that I've seen is number 69, is 69th place. Oops, hold on. In 70th place, we have Ava. In 69th place, we have Deliver Us from Eva. I have not yet watched Something New, so we'll set that off to the side there. I don't know where the case for Dennis, or hold on. In 78th place is Dennis the Menace Strikes Again, which is the second one here. Set that off to the side for right now. I don't know where the case for Creepshow is, but it is in 67th place. And it was an okay movie, I guess, but not my favorite movie by any means. Oops, hold on. There we go. And then in 66th place, I should have put a Star Wars movie here, but I didn't watch any new Star Wars movies this year, or any new Star Wars content this year that I also happen to own. So it's taken by Teen Titans, the Judas Contract. And I like the character roster here. It has Beast Boy, Robin, Blue Beetle, Raven, Starfire, and Terra. There you go. If you don't know who Terra is, watch the earlier seasons of the original Teen Titans cartoon and you'll figure out who she is pretty quickly from that. One I'm not sure if we talked about her yet or not is going to be 65th place. That is Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. I'm not sure if we mentioned that one or yet or not. Where the heck did I put? Oh. In 64th place then is Superman and Friends. In 63rd place, Watchmen: The Ultimate Cut, the complete story. Good movie. Very long. The Ultimate Cut is 215 minutes and has some animated segments in there, but still really good. In 72nd place, we have Titans Season 2, and 61st is Titans Season 1. I like the first season more than the second one, but they're both really solid seasons. In 60th place, we have Superman and Lois Season 1. I've now messed up my order again because I have to subtract 1 from all these placements because I inserted Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen in here where it was not originally located. Excuse me. But yeah. One second. Over a bunch of these other titles here as well. In 59th place is Supergirl Season 3. In 58th place is Supergirl Season 4. In 57th place is Supergirl Season 5, which is the last season that I've actually seen all the way through for Supergirl. In 56th place is Swamp Thing 2, The Return of Swamp Thing. I watched the original one in 2013, or else it would be on this list right above that one. And then we have in 55th place Superman, The Last Son of Krypton, which I think is part of Superman the Animated Series, come to think of it. And then we have in 54th place Superman, DC Supervillains Bizarro here. Yeah. And we'll get back to this one shortly, but I'm going to take another break here for dinner. We'll be kicking back up with 53rd place, which is a long movie. Now I'm back and I have had my dinner, and I'll be going for another 50 minutes or so. In 53rd place, we have Superman the movie, the 3-hour cut. That's this one up top here. I have seen Superman the movie and the special edition here previously, but I've not seen the 188-minute extended cut, this top one here. So there, I did watch that for the first time this year and thoroughly enjoyed it. It feels like the most complete version of Superman the movie because it's 3 hours long. And by comparison, going back and rewatching the theatrical cut or the special edition just feel like they're missing something. In 52nd place, we have Legion of Superheroes, which I ended up having to watch the Blu-ray copy of because for some reason my 4K player does not like DC animation or the Arrowverse Blu-rays for that matter. In 51st place, we have Justice Society World War II, where it has two flashes because one goes. This is also an alternate universe type thing. So yeah, there we go. Because the regular Flash, Barry Allen, goes back in time and into another universe. In 50th place, we have Harley Quinn Season 1. I haven't finished Season 2 yet, so I'm not going to include it in this ranking, at least not yet, until I finish that, or watching it. In 49th place, we have a steelbook of Green Lantern Beware My Power, and inside the case it has that design there, and it is a 4K Blu-ray steelbook. Just gotta try and find a DVD. In 48th place is the Flash series finale, season 9 here. I liked a lot of the directions they were going with this season. Yeah. In 47th place is Flash season 8. In 47th place is Flash season 7. In 45th place is The Suicide Squad by James Gunn, with my triple formatting there. In 44th place is Blue Beetle. My favorite quote in this movie is "Batman's a fascist," said by George Lopez, which made the entire theater erupt into laughter when I went to go see it. In 43rd place is Aquaman 2: The Lost Kingdom. And I'm going to clear these. I'm going to briefly pause here. Well, I'm not going to pause the recording, but I'm going to pause talking about things right now because I need to grab more of these titles and move them over here. Okay. In 42nd place, we have Beware the Batman Part 1, which I've only seen the first half of the season so far, and it only had one season, which is very sad because this animation style is awesome. And the series is quite good as well. In 41st place, we have the Flash movie, which would have been made exponentially better if they went with Grant Gustin, and Ezra Miller was never the Flash, dating back to his first appearance in Batman v Superman. In 40th place, we have Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods. Really good movie. I just rewatched this one recently with my dad, and he thought it was okay. In 39th place, we have Black Adam, which is kind of like Shazam 1.5 because he has the same power set and says Shazam to activate and deactivate his powers, just like Shazam himself does. In 38th place, we have this Snyder Cut of Justice League, which I have tripled up here. I actually have it quadrupled up because we have the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the 4K Blu-ray combo. So I do have it tripled up, or quadrupled up, not tripled. But I have triple formatted. So there's where the triple one comes in. In 37th place is Constantine the series. I wish they had made a second season, but it's okay just being a single season, as I think they exhausted their source material right at the very end in the season finale. It feels like it overstayed its welcome right when it ended, so it ended with perfect timing. In 36th place, we have Catwoman Hunted, which I need to get a proper DVD of as well. And then we can take away all this. Boom. In 35th place, we have Batwoman Season 2. In 34th place, we have Batwoman Season 1. And okay, in 33rd place we have Batman Supervillains Catwoman. In 32nd place we have Batman Supervillains Killer Croc over here. That is very lean. I'm not liking how lean that is. Too much lean. And oh, here's where we should have had Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen after Batman and Friends. Where the heck is Batman and Friends? I've already talked about that, I think. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Batman and Friends is in 30th place. 29th place should have ended up being Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, but we already talked about that recently, so it obviously is not in that placement. In 28th place is It's Complicated. In 27th place is The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. In 26th place is Cursed. Pretty good werewolf movie here. Conjuring 3 is one of my favorite of the original three Conjuring, or the first three The Conjuring movies that actually have Conjuring in the title. We'll put it that way. The third one's my favorite of those three. Favorite of the trilogy. In 25th place, we have Dark Ride. In 24th place, we have Curse of La Llorona. And then we'll talk about two of these movies right now, because when I wrote up my master list here, I hadn't watched Cable Guy yet. So actually, we'll go ahead and talk about all three of them. So in 23rd, 2nd, and 21st place is, in this order, Ace Ventura Pet Detective, Ace Ventura When Nature Calls, and then The Cable Guy in 21st place because it was my favorite of all three of those. In 20th place is Catch and Release. In 19th place is, or no, 20th place, my bad, is 13 Going on 30. And I need to grab more titles now, so I'm going to pause here and grab those titles. And yeah, I'll be right back with more titles. We're going to be talking about 10 more movies in this video, and then we'll call it good. I've gone through a lot more than I thought I would in a lot less time, because we've gone from 100th place, and this video will end on 11th. So, yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so finishing out this video with 20th through 11th places. One of these titles moved way up in the ranking because I watched the entire thing last night and it was blown away with how awesome it was. In 20th, or I guess it would be 19th place, maybe. I don't know. We'll just go off of what the page says. In 20th place, we have Addicted. In 19th place, we have Across the Universe. In 18th place, Addicted to Her Love, which isn't the only thing that people were getting addicted to in that movie. Lots of drugs. In 17th place, 40 Days and 40 Nights. Interesting story about abstinence. In 16th place, we have 500 Days of Summer, where Summer is the name of the girl on the cover there. And it is a really good, entertaining movie. It's, as it says on the front, it is in fact smart, sexy, and seriously funny. In 15th place, we have 2047 Virtual Revolution. Interesting movie here. And I'll just go ahead and read the description on the back here. The revolution did happen, just not the way you thought it would. The year is 2047. Most of the world's population live inside corporate-controlled virtual worlds and drift further out of touch with reality. Nash, a private investigator, mercenary, is hired to track down a group of hackers who are disrupting and terrorizing the virtual space in a bid of free human beings for their online prisons. Good movie, good movie. In 14th place, we have 21 and Over. It's a drinking movie. It shouldn't be this high on the list, but here it is. In 13th place, we have 9.5 weeks. The duration of the main character's relationship, I'm guessing. 9 months, you can guess what that one's about. It's given 9 months is the term of a pregnancy. And the one that blew me away last night is Bloodshot. And this was such a good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. If you haven't seen this one, I'm going to try not to spoil it too much. But basically, Vin Diesel is turned into more or less a superhero, kind of, or a super spy, or whatever you want to call it. Really good movie. Definitely check that one out if you have not done so. So yeah, that is it for this video here. So I'm going to take one of these off of here because I don't know where the heck my case for it went. And so in the next video, we will be covering the top 10. I don't have the case for one of these things, and that is the Crisis on Infinite Earths Arrowverse crossover event. I don't have a case for it because it came with some of my Blu-ray seasons of other shows. So I might go down and grab one of the discs because I have four copies of it all on the same Blu-ray disc. Of course, 4 discs, but all 5 parts are on the disc each time. So I might go down and grab the disc and have one disc shown in this ranking. So I'm going to go ahead and take away other titles that I no longer see on our list here. That somehow we didn't talk about for some reason. Or maybe we did and I just don't recall talking about them. But yeah. So I'm going to be clearing out some of these other movies. We did talk about all of the movies here. I just didn't move it for some reason. I think we talked about all of these. We did talk about all of these. I figure out where the case for that was. I remember talking about all of these titles. For some reason we didn't talk about a few of these. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about a few of these because I feel like I should include these in this ranking. Because, I mean, I watched them for the first time this year, but I don't know why I missed having them in here. And that is, so a little sub-ranking. We'll just do first through fourth, or place 1 through 4 here for these ones. We have, in last place, we're going to put Batman Sub-Zero and Batman Beyond the Movie. And then in third place, we'll have Batman Mystery of the Batwoman. Our runner-up for this little segment will be Peacemaker Season 1, which I still need to finish the rest of. I think I'm on the finale. And then the best of these 4 titles is Battle of the Super Sons there. Okay. So there's still so many titles that we didn't talk about. So I'm going to continue a little bit here, I guess. We got all 4 seasons of The Good Doctor, which I'll put retrospectively, I think let's see, I went from 95th place to 88th place, so I'll have this in 94th place for all 4 seasons. I did watch the entire series, but I only have the first 4 seasons. In 93rd place, we'll have the Grave Dancers. And I know this is going to confuse so many people why I'm bouncing all the way back to the 90s. 92nd place, Great White. Good shark movie, good shark movie. Okay. In 91st place, we're going to have Interview with a Vampire. In 90th place, we're going to have Malignant. And I believe the rest of these we've already talked about. Mark. So I'm going to go ahead and take a lot of these back downstairs and just have the top 10 for another go. And I'll do an individual franchise ranking for these 3 soon. Probably as soon as I upload this video, I'll rank that franchise. And yeah, okay. So I'm going to make sure I still have my top titles here. Over here. Okay, so we have both of those. That one. I don't need to do this on camera, my bad. Anyway, catch you in the next video. Hopefully I whittled this down to 10 remaining titles. But yeah, I'll check back with you shortly with that.